Whoa, it's the holidays and we have a Tarte haul. I bought two things and it still constitutes a haul because Tarte really goes overboard around the holidays. Don't adjust your screen. Yeah, I've got two different blush on. I tried to kind of tone it down before I came on here, but there's just makeup everywhere. We're going to talk all about Tarte Holiday 2024 today with me, Rebecca. I am an over 20-year veteran of fashion and beauty journalism. I have brought the pages of the magazines I used to write here to YouTube with not fit for print beauty. All right, let's look at what we have today. Yeah, Tarte's released a ton of stuff. They've got some lipstick things. They've got some collections. They've got a lot. But what I picked up is the Golden Era Amazonian Clay collector set of eyeshadows. And I picked up the Stay Golden Amazon Clay cheek set. I mean, we got a lot here. So let's talk about them. Let's apply them. And, I'll tell you what I like and don't like. So let me introduce them first, okay? Because I'm going to be real honest with you about how I feel about this set. Every year, my audience, members of my audience, I should say, get very excited about what Tarte offers. And I will tell you that Tarte generally offers fairly good and well-performing products at fairly good, mid-level pricing, okay? Yeah, all right, we're going to talk about it. The first thing is for $55, you get the Golden Era Amazonian Clay collector set. These are three, don't worry, everything's going to be swatched in two different lights. These are three eyeshadow palettes with 24 new shades among them. They're inspired by clutches, like handbag clutches, kind of old-fashioned handbag clutches. We're going to try them all on. I'm going to swatch them in two different lights. You know I got you. We got this one, Gilded with golds and neutrals. All new shades here, 24 in total. We've got Bejeweled. It doesn't really matter because if you wanted one, you're going to get all of them. We've got Bejeweled, which is our jewel and metallic shades. And we've got Elegance, which is the pink and roses shade. You get all three of these for $55, which is really actually quite good. And we're going to try them all on. Let's go to some swatches. I usually do ingredients for you guys. The ingredient lists were so hard to read and so long that we do have to skip ingredients with this video, which I apologize for. Because I know sometimes, there's just that ingredient that you're really scanning for. I can't help you out. But if you need something specifically, just drop me a note here on Instagram or TikTok. I'll answer it for you. I'm happy to. I just wasn't room on the screen to put all... This is a smorgasbord. This is a buffet, let me tell you. Okay, so let's go to some swatches in two different lightings, just of the eyeshadow palette, okay? Here on my arm, first in studio lighting, left to right, we have the Elegance palette. We have the Bejeweled palette in the middle, and the Gilded all the way on the right, okay? And that is 8 shades in the Elegance on the left, 8 in the Bejeweled in the middle, and 8 in the Gilded on the right. Inspired by handbag clutches, $55 for all that makeup. We're going to talk about what I think about this. I got some definite opinions. And then I want to show you, same thing with ingredients on these. It was just all over the place. I want to show you the Stay Golden Amazonian Clay cheek set. So that comes in either pinks and corals, or kind of reds and berries. The reds and berries are for deeper skin tones, and I picked up the reds and berries because there's no telling me nothing. It's not really for my skin tone, but I don't care. So we get 4 blush, and they all have a name, which I will, I don't know, they're all mixed up now, but when I swatch them, I'll tell you. But, these are really bright. They've got a little mirror here. And there's one highlighter. Wait, I'll get to that in a moment. But look at all these. I should have had these open. What was I thinking? We've got like a cool red. We've got a warm red. These are all those really deep cheek shades. They'll be swatched, don't worry. And then there's this one highlighter which has a very inspired name. The highlighter's name is Shine. They have poise, luxury, chic. They're all like these beautiful, and then Shine. It's like, oh. They went home after that. They got bored. But yeah, these shades are beautiful and they perform beautifully. But I have some thoughts. Let's look at some swatches. First, inside, indoor lighting, we have the blush palette in indoor lighting. Here we go. That's Poise from left to right, Luxury, Chic, Masterpiece. The very last one there is Shine. And that is all 5. I didn't have to really tell you the names because if you want one, you're going to get all 5. These are not sold separately and they are all brand new shades. All right, now if you're having trouble seeing these, I want to take them outside for you into the warm California sunshine. Here is our Golden Era Amazonian Clay Collector set eyeshadows in the warm California sunshine. Elegance on the left, Bejeweled in the middle, and Gilded on the right. Doesn't matter what they're called. If you want one, you get all 3. But I thought I'd be organized about it. Those are the eyeshadow shades outside in the warm California sunshine. How's about the Stay Golden Amazonian Clay Cheek set in the warm California sunshine? Here are the reds and berries on my arm outside. Poise, Luxury, Chic, Masterpiece, and that duly, aptly named Shine, which is the highlighter shade, outside in the warm California sunshine. And that is the reds and berries. There's also a pinks and corals blush set. I know I could have gotten all of them, but there's so much to purchase around the holidays. I just wanted to kind of give you the idea of how they work and how they look. And I didn't get every set. Some of these Tarte sets are repeats that are bundled. Some of them are bundles. Some of them are new. Tarte is very prolific, almost too prolific. And come the holidays, they release a lot of stuff. And let me tell you what I hear back. There's a reason I review it. A lot of you guys have daughters, nieces to purchase for, and you can open up the 3 palettes. You can save one for yourself for travel, one to a daughter, one to a niece, one to a neighbor. You can split up these. They're great little stocking stuffers and they're fun. That's what's good about them. Plus they perform well. They really do. I want to say something fairly controversial here, if you'll allow me and not jump down my throat here. What's really the difference between these and what we're seeing that Ms. Pat McGrath, who I love dearly, but I'm just saying, is releasing with her Mega palette that's coming soon? Because Pat McGrath doesn't have any special shades anymore. I love Pat McGrath. I'm not trying to attack her. But, she's let up a little in the packaging. The special shades have become a bit cost prohibitive. I'm not really, I will say, though, Pat McGrath still has that purchasing buyer experience and that little bit of good feeling, like you've really bought something luxury. And Tarte's going to take that away from you here. And I'll tell you how. First of all, they have that molded plastic packaging. So when you get these, they're just kind of laying within molded plastic packaging. And you do feel a little bit like you have just bought the Barbie makeup at the toy store for your daughter or niece. And also, the packaging that looks, this isn't metal, this is plastic. So I said this on my live, we have a membership here on YouTube. There's information about how to join that membership. We have weekly lives. And we have a membership here, and I was telling them that if I got angry and threw this at someone, which would never happen, but isn't it pretty to think so? I should lose it more often than I actually do. But if I did get angry and threw this at one of my invisible staff, they would just go, hey, is there a gnat in here? This is plastic. This has no heft to it whatsoever. This would tickle someone. It is not a weapon. It's very light. They do a good job making this look like metal. I'm promising you, it's about as plastic as you can get. So it can be a little bit of a disappointment. But the question becomes, all of us, me included, we complain how much Tom Ford palettes are and Pat McGrath, Clé de Peau. When you take these out and you use them, I'm not sure you're going to notice that much of a difference in performance. The luxury feel, yeah, you're going to notice. I noticed it right away. I'm just like, why is this so light? I did. I noticed it right away. And the packaging, I kind of went, eh. When it came, I was a little bit like, oh, it's dollar store makeup. When I saw the packaging, the molded plastic with the paper backing that you're peeling off, and you're like, and for that, $55 feels like too much, you know. But when you see how they perform and how many choices and how these are shades you'll use every day, I don't know if I can fault them. It's a debate that should be had, and this channel is a great place for it. This community is a great place for it because we're all respectful, and we also tend on this channel to kind of straddle the line between high-end and luxury. And this is on the going in the high end towards, you know, away from luxury even more. So I want to know that. Would you keep one of these for yourself? Is this just gifts for your kid's teacher? I don't know. You tell me. I'm actually kind of interested to know. I really am. Because, yeah, I'm torn. You know, then we start to use them. Like, look, I mean, I have 2 different blush on right now, you know, because we're trying a lot of makeup on. But if you look at I mean, it's pretty. If I told you it was Pat McGrath, you'd go, okay. Yeah. So I'm very curious about what you guys think. Now, if you look below, all of the information will be here on how you can purchase this. Where I can, I try to put stuff up on YouTube Shopping up here, but also go down below to look for that information I was just mentioning on our membership. But also we have a free Facebook page. Thank you, Helen, who runs that. And you can find me over on TikTok and Instagram. You can give super thanks. All that information is in the description bar. So check it out. Make sure you're subscribed, of course, and let's go into trying all of this makeup. There is a lot of it on my face. Stay right there. Let's be fair and give these palettes and blushes their due. If I'm going to spend my time, it might as well be worthwhile. I don't have mascara or liner on. You know how I do this when I have 3. We'll do one look, one blush, one blush. I'll wash everything and come back and, you know, we'll do the last look a little bit more cohesively. Or we'll try to. We only have one highlighter though, so that's good. Okay, let's do the first eye. Only one eye will get this, it's true. But we'll do it with Elegance, which is the kind of pink rosy one. And let's start with, we'll do Rephr for these, and we'll do a Rephr 1 Max. We'll start with here. I'm just going to do a quick look. And of course, I could do more than one look, but it's not really, I'm just going to start with that shade there. It's not really about the look so much as the performance. I leave the artistry up to you, as I often say. You guys know what you're doing. I have faith in you. Okay, I use that rosy pink there. I'm going to use the same Rephr brush and go in to that lighter shade there and just kind of lighten up just around the edges of the eye with it. And then go in with this darker shade. Again, same brush. No need to make brush laundry. You should see the amount of brush laundry that I have waiting for me, you guys, honestly. And these palettes are so affordable, but they perform so well. And these shimmer shades are really fun, actually. They really are. I mean, that's pretty. They're not really so much shimmer. I guess they are shimmer, but they're metallic. I'm sorry to use my middle finger. I'm not trying to be rude, guys. Okay, I'm just kind of patting that on and then taking that same brush and just kind of working it in. I mean, you know, these perform well, and they're going to give you that, frankly, that Pat McGrath type look. They are. I'm going to go in with this lighter one here and put that into the center so that I make trouble for myself when I try to get them off to switch looks. Okay, that's one look done, and that is very quick look with this first palette of the 3 that you get, the pinky and rosy shades, and that is called Elegance. And now we're going to do one look with Bejeweled. Bejeweled is our kind of jewel metallic shades, and I'll get out some clean brushes. I honestly brought like my bucket of brushes over here because I knew we were going to be running through it. I like a nice pink. And this is, I don't know why they say jewel tones, because this is really browns. Whatever you say, Tarte, whatever you say. Okay, let's go ahead and put that into the crease and above the crease and underneath. This is a Rephr. Oh, it's a Rephr prototype. Okay. And this darker shade here on the outer edges. These are performing just beautifully, you know, and the question is, what I would love you guys to do, tell me down below if you were purchasing these, because, you know, they're a deal, right? You know, and a lot of people here are used to buying much more expensive makeup. If you were purchasing these, who would they be for? And what would you be purchasing them for? I'm just kind of using a little bit of this. Would you get this for yourself just to kind of have? Or would you get this maybe for a niece, a daughter? Okay, again, please remember, I'm not doing a look so much as I'm just kind of testing these things out. And I'm not getting any fallout. I just want to blend. And I want to go in here and use this one in the corner. It's pretty. These shades work really, really well. Now, we don't have mascara or liner because I'm going to go wash my face. Really hard to wash it. You know, I learned my lesson. I've told you guys this story if you've been with my channel for a while. There was one time that I tried 3 or 4 Victoria Beckham eyeliners on in one video, scrubbed them off, used Bifacil, I got such an eye infection, and it's really kind of put me off ever since. Okay, we are waiting to do our Gilded palette. This is the one with the golds, and I'll do that with mascara and eyeliner. Let's use 2 of the blushes. This is Poise. Let's try Poise. And we'll do that with a refer number 4. And I will exaggerate it, but I'm not going to have to exaggerate it too much because I don't know what made me do it, you guys. I am a light medium skin tone, and I clearly chose the set of blush that is for the deeper skin tone, but why not? You can't stop me. You can't tell me. You can't keep me in my lane. But I kind of like that. Isn't that really pretty? That is the Poise shade. It doesn't really matter what the shade names are, you guys, because you're going to get what you're going to get, right? Okay, here's a refer number 5 and the shade Luxury. I love red blush, but I mean, famous last words, because this is going to be very bright. Woo! I don't mind, though, because I just kind of want you to see it that bright. Woo! Okay, so there are 2 distinct shades of the blush. Now there is a highlighter. There's only one highlighter in this whole palette. So you're going to see that. We'll do that with the second look. We do have 2 more blush to look at though, so that won't be cohesive. But we will try the highlighter with the second blush, and we're going to do just one look on the eyes with this kind of golden palette. So let me go do a quick face wash. You know I'm used to it, and we'll be ready. Clean faced. We're going to do one eyeshadow palette, 2 different blushes. That'll look a little silly, but there's only one highlighter, so we'll do that. Okay, maybe we'll start with the highlighter. That would be fun. Here's a little prototype refer brush, and this is our one highlighter. You saw it. It's called Shine. Creative name for a highlighter. You saw this in the swatches, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that on. I won't put the blush on until the end. Well, actually, I'm going to put a lot on because I want you guys to see it. This is the deeper of the highlighters. As I told you, I got the deeper blush grouping. Why? I don't know. Okay, and we're going to work with Gilded on both eyes. These are the golds and the neutrals. You know, like I told you, I'm very mixed. Let's start with a refer number 1. I'm very mixed on these palettes because I want to go, oh, cheap. Oh, it looks cheap. But I mean, the thing is, they're hitting all of our favorite shades, roses, golds, jewel tones. They perform well and they're inexpensive. And, you know, to turn your nose up to that it's too snobby even for me. You know what I'm saying? I do wish the packaging were nicer though. I mean, let's be honest. Okay, let me go into this shade here, knock off a little bit, still using that refer number 1. And this is going to be a very neutral eye look. I did knock off a little bit on the second eye, I know, but I found that I didn't need to. These are actually a little less powdery than we've had from Tarte in the past, interestingly enough. Tarte shadows are usually nice, but a little powdery. These are actually a little less powdery. If I didn't say that before, I definitely need to tell you guys that. This is kind of a reddy brown. I'm still with that refer number 1. I could also use that highlighter on the eyes, but we have enough here that I won't need to. Let's go ahead and put this shade here, kind of on the outer portion of the eye. And then I can flip this number 1 brush over and take this more golden shade and just kind of put that here. Okay, oh, very nice. Kind of a pretty little look. Probably needs to be blended a bit better, but not bad. Not half bad. I mean, you know, for the price, right? Okay, we have two different blushes that we haven't worked with. We did try the highlighter, okay? And the two blushes that we haven't worked with are Chic and Masterpiece. Chic is a little bit of a warmer red than the last one we saw. Here's Luxury that we tried before. Here's Chic that we're going to try right now. It's a little warmer. Okay, and I brought over a clean Rougher number 4. This is going to be a really, really warm red. I like to overdo it for you guys to see, but my goodness. Woo! Please know, I don't go out with blush this way. I mean, if you want to, just go ahead with your bad self. But for me, it'd be a little dark. I just want you to see the shade. Okay, and then I will also over-exaggerate Masterpiece, which is our last one here. And I have another Rougher prototype. Some new Rougher holiday brushes coming out, by the way, speaking of Rougher, that you might be interested in, coming very soon. And I will have that for you. This one, interestingly enough, now this one isn't blending as nicely as I would like it to. So let me just kind of get my hand, the warmth of my hand involved there. Okay, there we go. But it's a very deep shade. I was able to fix it. That's a lot. You know, also I'm really overdoing it, and it's too deep for my skin tone. I mean, where do we start with all this? But, okay. All right. So we've done some quickie looks. Shadow's less powdery than Tarte usually is, but perform very nicely, build very nicely. Blush, same thing. I found that last Masterpiece shade. I have a brush bristle in my mouth there. A little bit sticky, but you know, not sticky, but you know, a little bit blotchy, but I really am putting them on quite deeply here. So pardon my mismatched cheeks. Look, I spent $55 and $45. Okay, so I spent $100 and got this much makeup. And how is it different than something like Pat McGrath, where you'll end up going to Ross Dress for Less and getting it for this amount or so anyway? I mean, yeah, I do wish that they weren't as lightweight. I do wish that they were packaged a little bit more prettily, but most people who purchase these, or so I've been told in the past, and you guys let me know down in comments, most people that purchase these are kind of taking them apart. Palette to a daughter, palette to a niece, keep one for yourself for travel. You know, a lot of my viewers tell me that they'll take one of these for travel, and if something happens or it breaks, they're like, oh, darn it, I liked that. What's for lunch? I'm not saying that we have money to just flush down the toilet. Please understand what I'm saying. People get very sensitive. It's not what I mean. I mean that you're not bringing a Clé de Peau palette on your vacation and having it confiscated by TSA or broken. You know, you're having one that you're like, oh, darn it. That was one of the 3 of the $55 I spent. So $55 divided by 3. And darn it, I liked that. Oh, well, I'm just going to check it out. The mirror broke or whatever, you know. It has its merits that go above and beyond how inexpensively it's packaged. But tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, maybe you're like, no, I want something that feels nice in the hand, that looks nice. See, I think there's room for both. I would travel with these, but I do want to hold a nice Bejeweled Guerlain lipstick case in my hand or pull it out of my bag on a night out. I can do high-low. Let me know if you can. If it's not your thing, I get it. I totally get it. No judgment here. I'm just kind of curious. How do you feel about those kind of coexistence of these type of things in your collection? Let me know. It's not all about what I say. We are a community. So definitely sound off below on this new collection from Tarte. And of course, there's more that Tarte released. I just picked these up. I know. Holiday, holiday, holiday. Here we come. Make sure that you share and like this video, and the kindest thing that you can do for me, of course, is to subscribe to this channel. Keep watching. We got new products coming with every video. Holiday, full steam ahead. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.